Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan and thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. The Rideshare Hub is the #1 place for Uber and Lyft drivers to learn how to make more money and be better drivers. So if you thought the Rideshare Guy was good or Dustin is driving is good, well, you're wrong, all right? No, I'm just kidding. Those guys are cool too, but we do pride ourselves on providing you as drivers the best information to make more money and be better drivers. So what are we talking about today? We're going over the Tesla Model S. It is a 2015, and is this a good car for Uber or for Lyft? Should you drive a Tesla for Uber or for Lyft? You might think that it's an easy yes or no answer, but there's actually a lot of pros and there are some cons as well. So we're gonna go over both of those. I'm gonna go give a full car review and give you my opinion on whether or not this really is a good car to drive for Uber or for Lyft. So let's get started. So before we jump into the full review of the video, if you can do me one simple little favor and hit the video with a big thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. It helps me out a lot as a creator and a YouTuber. It's hard to explain. Basically, I just need thumbs up to, I don't know. Basically, if you want me to keep making more videos, hit the like button. All right, so let's get started. Is this a good car to drive for Uber or for Lyft? This car right here is a used car. If you know me at all, I always talk about buy a used car, never buy a brand new car. Why? Because you're gonna lose tons of money on depreciation when as soon as you drive off the lot, your car depreciates, and especially when you drive Uber and Lyft, you're gonna put on tons of miles on your car. Part-time drivers, I'm talking 30, 40,000 miles a year. Full-time drivers, literally 70 to 100,000 miles a year. If you put that on a brand new car, that car is gonna depreciate in value like crazy. But if you do buy a used car, guys, little secret here, this car right here, this beauty, this used car costs pretty much the same as a brand new Toyota Prius. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you prefer? A brand new Prius or a used Tesla? I know I'm going with the Tesla. So let's do a quick walk around of the car. You can just follow me, camera person. Thanks for filming me, by the way, I really do appreciate it. Let's just show the car. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed, but the car just unlocked and opened up. So it's all on a sensor-based system. So I have the key right here in my pocket somewhere. The older ones still do have the little car key. And as you approach the car, the window or the mirrors open up and the handles open out. And then when you walk away, watch this. It should lock automatically. Is it locking? Is it locking? There we go. See? So it's pretty cool. It's all censored, so you know, if you do walk away from the car, you don't have to worry about actually locking it or, oh, did I remember to lock my car? Yes, of course you did. As long as you have the key, it'll lock automatically. And if you do want to just do it manually, you can just double tap and it will open. So let's continue with the walk around of the car here. You will notice that it has this very sleek side on the, and when you do lock it, everything is completely flush, which is absolutely beautiful. Very aerodynamic when you're driving it. These rims here, or the rims here, these are the standard stock rims that you get when you do purchase a car. You'll notice right here, this is the hidden compartment for when you charge the car. It should open when I touch it. Oh man, it has to be unlocked. Sorry, this isn't even my car, guys. This is my buddy's car. He's letting me use it. He parked it in my driveway because this is pretty much a 12-car parking lot that all my friends use to park their cars. But if you guys know me, I did used to own a Tesla Model 3, so I know quite a bit about Tesla, but you know, I'm going to talk about the Tesla Model S, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I think this is a really good car for Uber, but we'll get into that in a second. So let's continue around the back here. Very sleek. This is obviously the black model, and it has the red lights, which is beautiful. Every car here will put the name of the car here, so it'll either say Model S, Model 3, Model X, or the new one's Model Y. What does that spell? Sexy. Elon Musk, we know what you did there. Let's continue around the back. Well, we are still waiting for Model 69. Maybe that one's coming out soon. I'll be waiting for that one, Elon. Okay, as you can see here, this is the 70D. So this is not a performance model, nor is it the top tier car. This is actually the cheapest of the cheap Model S. So if you can follow me around here, I just wanted to tell you really quickly, this car right here that you're looking at is Tesla's flagship car. This is the car essentially Tesla got famous for. If you have followed Tesla, they initially came out with the Roadster, the Tesla Roadster. It was basically a two-seater car. Yeah, it was convertible, and it zipped around fast, and they basically designed a fully electric sports car to compete with Porsche or whatever. They were like, cool, but it costs way too much money and no one's gonna buy it. So what did they do? They came out with this car. This was the car they came out with to compete, because everyone was like, oh cool, you build an electric sports car, but how are you gonna compete with Mercedes, BMW, the luxury sedans? So Elon was like, all right, let me design this car. So this is the car that really paved the way for Tesla. And yes, maybe you are bored with these details, but I personally find this fascinating, because without this car, you wouldn't see the economic Tesla Model 3 that you see, because it just simply wouldn't exist. Or the Model Y that is coming out, or that Tesla truck that I know some of you guys are really looking forward to. Myself, I think that thing is ugly as heck, and I would never drive that, but that's just me. Okay, let's continue walking around. Got the Tesla logo here, so you can flex on all your friends. This I love. I absolutely love this. As you can just zoom in here, well, you don't have to zoom in, but just get closer. Look how mean and sharp these edges are. It almost looks like an angry eye. I just think, as a man, and no offense to any of my female watchers out there, it's a pretty manly look. And when you're driving out, I don't know what it is, but I kind of want to feel more manly and less girly when I drive. Okay, that's just me. But I like this. Also, another cool fact about these older models, it has a rounded front. The newer Teslas, I believe it's 2017 and newer, it just cut off straight here. It has no grill at all, and it's just straight down. So these ones are the older ones. And at first I was like, I think that's honestly pretty ugly, but now that I see it in person, I've driven it, I actually do like the rounder edge. I don't know why, but I don't know, I'm always changing. Yeah, so before we get into the interior, I just want to talk a little bit about whether or not this is a good car for Uber and for Lyft. Pros and cons. Pros. This car especially is used. Would I recommend buying a brand new Tesla to drive for Uber or for Lyft? Probably not, unless you have a ton of money and just want to drive it on the side for cash or for tax purposes. I know a lot of rich people drive for Uber and for Lyft just so they can claim the tax miles on their, claim the miles when they do their taxes. That's brilliant when you're doing that. But honestly, I would just recommend probably getting a used car Tesla. A lot of these ones still have the hardware that Tesla can update. This one doesn't have all the hardware, so I don't think it has full self-driving capability. But I think 2017s and newers, they have all the same hardware as the brand new ones, so they can just do a software update whenever they need updating. Another pro, it's electric, it's sustainable. We are going towards electric cars. You see all the main manufacturers coming out with electric cars. Audi, Jaguar, Toyota, what else? Honda. Like literally every car is going electric. I actually saw it in an interview with Elon Musk. Somebody asked him, hey, what do you think about all these other cars coming out with electric cars now? Now they're competing with you. Does that frustrate you? He actually goes, no, that makes me so happy that other cars are doing it too. He's like, I don't care if they beat me. I'm just glad that the world is becoming more sustainable, and he thinks that that is a victory for him. So I thought that was really cool. So driving an electric car, another pro, you're gonna save money on gas. You're not spending money on gas. If you get a Tesla, I would highly consider getting a home charger. You can get one installed. It's gonna cost you around $400 to $500, but basically it's gonna allow you to charge your car much faster than just a normal outlet. You can still charge in an outlet, but it's going to take a long time, and these cars are really designed to charge at home, not at supercharging stations. Supercharging stations are designed for road tripping, but a lot of people just use them, you know, here and there as well. So you're going to save money on gas. Another one, autopilot. The car drives itself. That's a big pro, because when you're driving Uber and Lyft, oh yeah, the same thing with electricity. You're spending a lot less money because you're putting on, you know, so many miles, and you're spending a lot less money on gas. I know most gas-powered cars, when you drive for Uber and Lyft, you're gonna spend around $200 a week just on gas if you're doing it full time. With this, you could, you know, you probably spend around 50 bucks on electricity, maybe 30 bucks depending on, you know, how often you're driving. And then autopilot. The car's driving itself. You don't really have to drive it. The only time you do is when you're approaching a stoplight, but it'll literally follow roads, stop and start with traffic, so all you have to do is keep your hands on the wheel, apply some form of pressure. Other than that, the car will drive itself. Other pros, this car does qualify for Uber Black. Tesla Model X and Tesla Model S both qualify for Uber Select, Uber Black, Uber Comfort. You're gonna be making a lot more money. Tesla Model 3 only qualifies for Uber Select, doesn't qualify for Uber Black, so make sure you look up the car requirements before you get. I've had somebody message me and say, oh, I bought a Tesla Model 3, why can't I do Uber Black? Well, the Tesla Model 3 isn't really considered a luxury car, it's just an economy car. But the S, what you're looking at here, and the Black and the X, the SUV, those are also luxury cars, so they qualify for Uber Black. So instead of making, well, here in Los Angeles, I make around 79 cents per mile with a normal car in Uber X. Uber Black, I think it's like $2 or $3 a mile. So you're making almost 3 times as much. And if you do live in a city, that is pretty beneficial, because obviously you're gonna get a ton of people ordering Black rides, because people make a lot of money and they like comfort. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So some cons. What's the timer at right now? Okay. A couple cons about this car. It's expensive. That's con number 1. I always preach, buy a cheap car, as cheap as car as possible to drive for Uber and for Lyft. That's why I'll let this car slide, because I just know that a lot of you guys out there, you're gonna spend money on your car. I'm in a Facebook group, almost 10,000 members. Obviously here, over 30,000 drivers on this YouTube channel. So many drivers drive in brand new cars for Uber and for Lyft. I get it. You want to drive a comfortable car. You don't want to drive a beater. I drive a $5,000 car. Not everybody wants to do that or spend the time looking for a reliable $5,000 car. Yes, it took me a few months to find that car, but I did all my research. But if you just want to, you know, say you don't want to spend your time doing research, you just want to buy a $30,000 car, I get it. You're probably going to do it anyway. Might as well get a Tesla. So, but yeah, number 1, like, I would definitely tell my friends not to and just get a cheap car. But, you know, they're gonna do whatever they want to do at the end of the day, right? Another con, it's a nice car. When you're driving to Uber and Lyft, you're gonna get your car dented, you're gonna get your car scratched. I mean, little dents here and there. Passengers slamming doors, passengers scraping up your seats, passengers, maybe throwing up. I've never had anyone throw up in my car, knock on wood. Where's wood? Where's wood? Oh, here's a tree. Knock on wood. That's a bush. I think you can make that into paper, right? That's wood, right? So I mean, if you're driving, like, I would be pretty hesitant to drive this a lot, like on Friday, Saturday nights, just because your car's gonna kind of get messed up. So that's why I veer to say, don't drive a brand new car, because, you know, it's gonna get scratched up anyway. If you can see my car, you know, you guys know what kind of car I drive. It's a 2011 Ford Escape, 130,000 miles on it. 132,000 miles on it now. If somebody dents that car, scratches it, heck, if somebody backs up into it and I get a scratch on my bumper, I'm literally like, honestly, who cares? If somebody does that to this car, I'm like, no, oh my gosh, what the heck? Give me your insurance info right now. I'm calling the cops. So, like, you're gonna be a lot more stressed out, I guess, driving like a more expensive car rather than driving a cheap car. And I had that same exact mentality when I had my Model 3, because I did buy a brand new Model 3. I know, it was an impulsive decision. And when I was driving it, like literally I'm driving it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't bottom out. Oh my gosh, I can't hit the curb. I'm like looking, like driving so carefully. And my Ford Escape, I'm like, woo, like I don't even care, bro. The last con about this car, then I'm gonna get into the interior review, and you guys do not want to miss that because there's some hidden features for Uber drivers in the interior. So don't end this video before I get into the last con. But the last major con is range, electric range. This is the biggest #1 thing to look into. Make sure if you're gonna drive this thing full time, it's kind of inconvenient depending on where you live. In my old town that I used to live in, we had superchargers almost everywhere, so like I could literally just stop, charge my station. They're all near Starbucks, so I would just literally put my car, go grab a cup of coffee, come back, it's fully charged. Here in LA, I'm gonna have to be sitting in 30-40 minutes of traffic just to find a supercharging station, and when I get there it's gonna be full. So like, no, driving this thing full time in Los Angeles, depending on the range. This car has the ranges like 200 and something. Some of them get up to 300, 310, 350. Make sure you look at the range. If you have a car with low range, that's the mileage range. If your car only gets 220 miles range, 200 miles range, when you're driving all day, like you don't want to run out of electricity or what's it called? You charge. You don't want to run out of charge when you're driving it. That's another thing to be cautious of. So that's a con. I wouldn't say it would like deter you completely, but yeah, let's get into the hidden gems for Uber drivers on the interior. Come follow me. Another con is that most of your passengers won't know how to open the doors. So when you're driving, you're gonna a lot of times have to either get out and open the door for them, or just hope that they don't freaking break your door handle. And trust me, when you're picking up drunk people at 2 a.m., they're like, oh, how do you open this thing? Boom, they're gonna be kicking your door. Like, I'm not joking. If you're a new Uber driver, you haven't signed up yet, yes, people at 2 a.m. when you're picking them up from freaking Warwick or Hyde, like, they're like, oh my god, dude, how do you open the door handle? Let me just freaking elbow blast your rearview mirror. Like, okay. Anyways, that's another con. Like, that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. Another con is that Tesla, I don't know why, but it's always bugging out. Like, I swear, half the time, things doesn't even work. Like, you're gonna have to just click buttons, and sometimes, and I don't know, like my old car, sometimes would get stuck in on the other side, and while I'm driving on the freeway, I look over to make a lane change, and I'm like, my window's shut in. And I have to pull over and then open it. I don't know, whatever. So as you can see in here, very luxurious feel on the inside, very smooth, leather, well, not real leather, it's called vegan leather, okay guys, vegan keto diet leather. This is not real leather. Elon Musk wants to be sustainable and doesn't want to use real animals. I don't blame him. This is what your passengers are obviously going to see when they get in the back, and quite a bit of legroom. My seat's really far back, but as you can see on the passenger side, there's a lot of legroom in there. Yeah, pretty standard stuff in the back. These door handles are pretty cool. As you can see here, they're pretty flush and like satisfying, I guess is the right word maybe. Like, it's all sleek and satisfying. It doesn't really even look like a door handle. Let's open up the trunk here. There's a lot of trunk space. This is good if you're doing airport rides. You see there is a lot of space in here. I can sit in here. Let's take a lap. I could get in all the way if I want to, but I'm not going to. There's another hidden trunk space in here down below. You could probably fit a couple more luggages or in, whatever. And then there's another trunk space up around here. This is another thing. Sometimes it doesn't open, but you're supposed to tap the hood here and it should open. It's not opening. See? Half the time this thing doesn't work. It's electronic. It's just like, there we go. On the 7th try it works. Open up here, and there's more trunk space here. Pretty cool. You could probably fit some groceries or, I don't know, some more luggage. I don't know if you're driving a family of 18 from the airport. Be like, no worries, I got room everywhere in this car. And then, you never want to slam this, you just want to push it. So yeah, let's finish the interior review of the car. You can come around in the passenger side just so you can see me up there. The best thing about this car is that the heater was on. No, I don't know why the heater was on. Guys, oh, and the seat warmers were on, perfect. Because it's not hot already at 10 a.m. And it was at 81 degrees, cool. Everything is controlled on here, on the, I'll just turn the AC off. Everything is controlled on the touchscreen. It's pretty cool. There is this too. The new ones don't have that, it's just all right here. You can see, well, here, I'll take this for a second. But you can see that they have, it shows the range right there, 150 miles left. That's the temperature. This car's name is Teslasaurus. Oh, it's a 75D, my bad. I don't know why it says 70D on the back. And then the average, I don't know, that's how fast you're driving. Anyways, you can see everything on the touchscreen here. So, when you're driving, you can change your setting as if you want it to be, if you want to have a looser wheel or a tighter, like, steering. You can control it to comfort, standard, or sport. Creep mode, when you take your foot off the brake. You can change almost everything. You have navigation here. Autopilot. You can control how far you want your car to be. Oh, I guess this does have summon, so this car will drive to you in a parking lot. Like if you're in a parking lot and you're walking out of Walmart or something, the car will actually drive to you. I haven't tested that out yet, and I'm not gonna go to Walmart right now because I'm lazy, but that's pretty cool. It's still in beta, so it's not perfect, but like it's getting better all the time. That's the cool thing about an electric car, is they can just do a software update, kind of like your iPhone. Walk away door lock, unlock on park, child protection lock. Literally, you can save all your dang settings on here, and it's pretty dope. This car has 60,000 miles on it, so like I said, it's pretty used. Now you can go down here, and these are the hidden gems, guys. There's an arcade game. Let's play some games. Let's do it. Oh my god, let's play some games, guys. You want to play chess? Asteroid Blast? What do you guys want to play? Well, whatever. We don't have time for games, guys. You guys can play it on your own time. There's a fireplace. You know, if you're going out on a date, maybe. Not with your passenger, guys. Don't be creepy, but, you know, you can turn this on if you want. And it actually does turn on the heater as well. And some, I don't want to get demonetized. Whoopee cushion, obviously that's a cool feature. You can turn on fart sounds. You can change the type of farts. See, if you go in here, if you show the screen, it'll show whatever farts you prefer. Short ripper, Falcon heavy, ludicrous. I know a lot of you guys out there eating fast food in between your rides. This is you. Or some of those passengers. Yes, I know, we've all had those passengers called Neurastink. That's nasty. Alright, I'm done. I'm done with that. That's disgusting. Let's step out because I'm getting hot in here. Well, I guess I could turn on the AC. Let's just show you guys how the AC works. I like this actually because you can control the temperature you want. I'm hot as heck, so I'm going to turn it all the way low. And then turn it up on, yeah, to 11. So if you can tell, well, you probably can't tell, but my body temperature is already cooling down. You can go into here, into music. Another cool setting that Apple had, actually I had a buddy in here the other day, he's like, oh, let me click my Bluetooth. I'm like, bro, you don't need to. You just click on music, click here on any music, as you can see here. Click any music, and then you just type in any song. Kanye West, right? Lyrical genius. And he should pop up. I don't have good service out here, because whatever, he'll pop up. You can pick any of his songs. That's pretty cool. This is the camera, the back camera. What else? Energy. It shows you how much you've been driving using energy. It shows you pretty much everything. You can control the bass, the audio, the sound. You can control where you want the audio to be centered on. So if you have passengers who are like, I don't want to hear the music, just keep it up towards you. Or if you like passengers who want to listen to loud music and you don't want to listen to loud music, put it on in the back. I like that they give you those options. Yeah, so that's pretty much the full, well, I'll just show you, that's like the actual software. Cosmetically inside, it's very clean, very simple, what's that called? Minimal. Very minimal in here. Everything is pretty much designed to a T. These you can move back. Hidden cup holders here, or an armrest. Whatever you prefer. It has charging cables down here, USB, because, you know, who needs adapters when you could just use a USB, and a 12 volt too for whatever other charging stuff you have. Yeah, for passengers, they also have air back here, whatever standard stuff. And then one last safety tip for you guys. You can step outside. You can come over here. One last safety tip I did want to tell you guys is that this right here, this little window, guys, it's called a quarter panel. So you have your main window. Well, you have it one up here, a little one up here. We don't need to worry about that one. Main one, back one. And then this one here, this is the most popular window that people smash to break into your car. Why? Because when they smash it in, if you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little latch in there that you can pull down the back seat, and then you can open up the trunk and basically, you know, steal anything you want. So a lot of people figured out, instead of breaking, you know, this and whatever, they'll just break this, steal whatever you can. So if you are an Uber driver, this is the secret I was telling you about, and you're parking your car out on the street, your Tesla, a trick you can do, which I thought of, is put your seats down. And I know some people do this as well, so it's not me, but I was thinking about it too, and I was talking, you know, whatever. Put your seats down and take everything out of your trunk. This is, you know, if you don't have a garage or if you don't have a driveway and you're just parking out on the street, that way when they look inside, no one sees it and no one will break in because they have nothing to steal. So that's it, guys. All in all, do I recommend this car to drive for Uber? Yes, but there are those cons to look out for, which if you skip to the end of the video, go back to where I talk about the cons. There's about 4 or 5 of them, which you definitely need to consider when you're thinking about buying a Tesla for Uber or for Lyft. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave the video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comment section down below, would you get a Tesla to drive for Uber or for Lyft? Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.